is Riccardo Masini, and this is Vlog. In this vlog, we speak with the Tyranid by Holland Spiele, Amabel Holland, Etane Pitas, as the Greeks said, with the shield or on the shield. Come back home with the shield in your hand as a victor, or on the shield brought by your comrades at arms as a victim, as a glorious dead for your home country. This was a saying by the Spartan women, what the Spartan women said to the sons who went to war, went to battle. So this is a game, this is a serious game of games by Holland Spiele, tactical games. They're very interesting. This is the possibly the simplest one about the classical Greece and Persian Wars and the Peloponnesian Wars. And then there is the grass ground about the Roman Republic, battles of the Roman Republic, and then there are the medieval system and the Shields and Wars 2 system with the Great Heathen Army, Grunwald's Wars, battles on the ice, and House of Normandy. But they have an X map. Here we have an orthogonal map, square map. Why? Because ancient battles, this is made to highlight the high linearity geometry of those ancient battles. And I won't go into detail of this game because also it is also very simple, but it has lots of differences from your average war game. These are my impressions. My impression is that it is a very peculiar game. Why? Because this game has a formation-based game, and at the beginning of every turn, you give 2 orders, 2 normal orders. There it is, and I'll simply move and sorry. Okay, here we are. This is right combination. Sorry. And you give move or combat or skirmish or rally, or these are the 2 bonus, the 2 normal orders, or you can give one of them and one of these special orders, the bonus or the strategos order. The strategos order, you give that to all the army. This means that at the beginning of a return, you will not be able to give to a wing both a move and a combat order. Why? Because they are on the same sheet. And you cannot use the same sheet twice. And this creates a combination of orders. That is the trademark of all the experience, because in these games you will have to choose among possible tactical choices, and those battles of antiquity, we have Marathon, we have Plataea, we have other battles. They are all streamlined and condensed to the decision points. So, this is a marathon. When do I unleash the run of my Greeks forward? Or as a Persian, how long should I stay there and try to whittle down the Greek phalanxes with my skirmish? And then when the lines clash, where do I choose to make my line bend? Where do I choose to press? So it is a lot of very radical, very drastic, very dramatic decisions that are highlighted by a system that is very almost abstract, but very simulative, because it is all condensed, all streamlined, cut to the bones, the very own bones of the tactical situations. So you will have essentially, okay, I can do this, or I can do that. Okay, I can do option A or option B. Okay, I'll do option B, and then my opponent says, you push, do your attack here, and then I can try to make another attack here to make you lose your timing, and so this attack will not be supported. You will have to break your formations. When the formations break, they are very vulnerable, because a root check, every isolated unit will be eliminated. You see, everything is condensed up to the very essential, but this creates a very dramatic experience. There is an initiative. I can do 2 times in a row, but if I do that, I give these the initiative token to my opponent, so then he or she will be able to choose when to make 2 turns in a row, etc. It is all like that. This means that with such a simple rule set, through very clever design solutions, you are brought exactly very mastered in a battle. You do not control a lot of the battle. You only control the most broad general decisions that are applied all over the place, but you do not have immediate control. For example, you have a fog of war, so you do not know which of these units have a leader inside of them, of the opponent's units, or which has only 1 step loss, which has 2 step losses. You do not know that. But you do not know that also about your own units, because there's a chaos battle. You don't know where is my leader, where units are brittle, that is units that will okay, here we are. Oh, here is my leader. Now these, all of a sudden, because this has been exhausted, all of a sudden this point of the line is very vulnerable, or where are brittle units that with only 1 step loss they are eliminated. You don't know that. This means that the experience is very mechanical, but it is also very replayable, because only a small variation can have a cascading effect on the entire battle. Also, since it is so quick, so fast playing this game, you can fight a battle in 1 hour, and then you can easily have a couple of sessions with your opponent in the same afternoon, the same evening. And this is also a game that rewards experience, because you will find various different ways through which maneuver, to use your timing, the special scenario rules. It is really fascinating. It is almost like there was this game Peteia that was a forerunner, this ancient Greek game Peteia that was a forerunner of checkers, and it was played without dice. And this game had some very famous players, and one of them was Plato, that taught that to his disciple Aristoteles, that taught the game, that was a fanatic of the game. He also wrote treatises about it. In his philosophical treatise, you have mention of Peteia, and Aristotle, well, taught that game to his own pupil, Alexander. Yeah, Alexander the Great. And I can easily imagine playing a game like that. It is also so immersive, so really so linear, so geometric. It is really fascinating. It's a fascinating model of ancient battles. Very accurate, but also very chaotic at the same time. It looks like you have everything under control, but in reality you do not control anything. And it really gives you the experience, the sense of that battle. It is almost like, more than, it's not like a common war game when you have there's a high sandbox effect, when you have all those units and then you can more or less freely maneuver them in one way or the other, so you can, okay, I have my genius master plan. No. Here all of you, both you and your opponent, you know exactly what to do, what to avoid. The Persian must avoid direct contact with the Greek, but before he or she has to try to whittle down the phalanxes before the Greek phalanxes before the contact. So everyone knows what to do. The problem is how to do it, and it is almost like, more than a war game, it feels like there are not just two commanders facing each other. There are 2 different narrations of the battle facing each other. This is a marathon, as we all know. There is a special rule, the great run forward of the Greeks. But this is the narration, no? The Greek narration is that these phalanx, it had double move, as in the scenario special rules. So it arrived here up to the Persians, and they were taken by surprise. And this is the Greek narration. And the Greek player will try to impose that narration on the battle because it is favorable to him or her. On the other side, the Persian player will try to impose his or her narration of the battle, so that the Greeks, well, they didn't quite get that far, because the Persian player has managed to catch the timing of the Greek player. Or the special rule says that there is this situation, the Greek player cannot make that special double move attack. So, you know, it is all these combinations. This really has to be tried, this game, because it's completely different. Even if it's very simple, it's completely different from any war game. And it is very simple to use, but very elaborate in the strategies. In my first sessions, I made normal moves that were devastating, but not to the opponent, to myself. Essentially, I killed myself with those moves that seemed logical, almost obvious for any average war game. It doesn't work like that, because you can push, but in pushing and maybe even succeeding in one part of the battlefield means that you are exposing yourself to the reaction of the opponent, that they can essentially ignore that part of the battlefield where you are winning and concentrate on other parts of the battlefield. I lost. It is really fascinating. This is a really different game. It's a very beautiful game. It is also available in print and play. There is a good Vassal module, so it is just a few bucks, a few dollars. You can try it, and I really advise you just to begin with it or on it. And this is why I made my first video about this. And then you can go on to the grass ground that's more special units, cavalry, elephants. Here there is cavalry, but it's just in a very supportive role and nothing more. But already in the grass ground, cavalry has more of a role, can go in introduction and so on. Then there is the Roman manipulator triple line. Yes, at Zama, like Scipio at Zama. The princeps, the Astati, the Triari, the Astati, the princeps, and the Triari. For instance, in Italian we say Astati, princeps, and Triari, because there is some there is some discussion about the actual pronunciation. Anyway, the triple line, the Roman triple line, it is fantastic in that game, because you just hear the whistle, because there is a very precise decision where to switch from one formation to the other. I've never seen that in a war game. Very, very dramatic, you really feel it. And there is also, and then there are the medieval games that have an excellent map, and that they are completely different. They have a totally another rule set, and even that is a completely different experience. And you have all those interactions, because the skirmish zones, the cavalry and the skirmishes, the agency, the engagements, you really have to delve deep into this system, and it's all its various incarnation. But you can start with it or on it. It is a very good starting point for this system, and really, it is amazing how such a simple war game, a simple rulebook, can really give you a totally different experience from any conventional war game that is just as simulative, that even if in a totally different way. And this is fascinating. This is one of the most fascinating things about our hobby. So that's it. I really like this game, the serious game, as it is obvious, and because it highlights just the 3 or 4 main points, essential points of ancient warfare, and nothing more, nothing less. No frills, it's just straight to the point, like a Greek spear. Okay, and a really good game, a really interesting experience, and really recommend it. Thank you for having been here. Thank you for having been here with me. As always, have fun, take care, and as always, remember, don't be scared. It's just a war game. Ciao.